it takes courage to be our unapologetic selves. Hey y'all, welcome to Meryl's Mystic. I'm Meryl, and I empower witches, bitches, and dudes to complete themselves in order to have healthier soulmate relationships and more purposeful lives. Because I believe that only if you are your own soulmate can you attract the right soulmate, because you are the one that you are looking for. And I'm here to help you do that by helping you tap into the natural cycles of the earth and the stars through astrology and tarot, and I'm also a psychic medium. Thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time, please subscribe, and if you've been here before, welcome back. It's so good to see you. So we are here today to talk about Leo season. And Leo season will start on July 22nd and it goes until August 22nd this year. And then the new moon in Aquarius will be the day after Leo season begins, on the 23rd. And the new moon during Leo season is always in Aquarius, which is actually like a great little highlight to help us get a little bit more into our weird, let your freak flag fly. That's what Aquarius is really good at. And so that's going to really help us be our best selves. And then the new moon in Leo will be on August 8th. So how was Cancer season? Cancer season really had us digging deep into our feels and trying to align our hearts with our heads. And there was a lot of stuff that we were all moving through. And as I'm recording this, it's still about a week from Leo season, and Mars and Venus and the moon just conjuncted in Leo. So already we're having you have already been experiencing some of the strong Leo energy that really gives us the fire to get up and go and to be courageous and unapologetic in being our best selves. So what does that mean for us? Well, I can tell you already from experience that means that we will be working through some more resistance, because it takes courage to be our unapologetic selves. And that means showing up when we don't always want to show up, or working through our fear, going forward despite our fear. The root word of courage is ku, which is Latin for love, I believe. Just spouting off facts that I hold on to my mind and trust myself to be true. There is, I think it might be the Latin. I think it's the Latin root of courage. It means heart, and you can find the connection in the Spanish word corazón. Also means heart. Mi corazón, it means my love. So there's a lot of connection between our heart and courage, and having courage to go after what we want and to commit to who we are and who we want to be and what our purpose is, because we all have purpose in life, and it is up to us to find and claim that purpose. And Leo season's gonna keep helping us do that. We started in Cancer season. I mean, it's been going throughout the entire year of gearing us up and supporting us in letting go of things that no longer serve us, and really connecting deeply to like what's in our heart and what's in our soul and what we feel like we are being called to do in this life. So the main thing about this Leo season is to be yourself. We're really, if you've seen my Cancer videos, go watch the Cancer videos for your sign. A big thing about Cancer season was accepting who we are, accepting what we want in this life, and also then building boundaries to protect what is most precious to us. And it was all about, it was kind of being more I shouldn't say kind of, there was a big energy of being more selfish, and Leo season is definitely going to help us continue to carry that over, because Leo is really great about being unapologetically themselves and telling people what they think and going after what they want and being who they are. And that's exactly what we all need after we were digging around for our like biggest, deepest dreams. Now we kind of come into the Leo season to really commit to those things. That was another theme that came up, was commitment. I literally pulled one of my cards I pulled today was commitment. one of my angel cards, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like perfect, because we did so much, deep diving in from Gemini season to Cancer season about who we are, what we want, and what our truths are. And now it's about committing to that and deciding, like, this is what I want, this is who I am, and I'm going to go after it no matter what anybody says. Because nobody can tell Leo nothing how to do. So Leo's really great because not only are they fierce in who they are fiercely loyal. So that's where this commitment piece comes from too. Leo's usually not afraid of commitment. They like having steady people around them. And it's because there is a certain, like, Leo just has a certain je ne sais quoi about them. I mean, I even put, like, my fancy nails on for you guys. Because I love my Leos. I adore you guys so much. And because the je ne sais quoi. The je ne sais quoi of just being very proud of who they are and taking pride in how they look and how they present themselves. And it's a balance. My mother's a Leo, so there was definitely some arguments about how I wanted to look and how she wanted me to look, because I was a reflection of her, because I'm her cub, so but I know she's very proud of me now, and she has been. But there was always a tug of how we came off as a reflection of her. And I know some other Leo mothers that are like that also. And if you are a Leo mother, let me know if you have a Scorpio child, or if you're a Scorpio, let me know if you have a Leo child, because I've met a lot of combinations of that, especially mothers and daughters, and because we are very similar from each other, but we have a lot to learn from each other. And I know my mom and I learned a lot from each other and still have a lot to learn from each other. This brings me to our tarot card of the season. Strength is the tarot card associated with Leo, and of course there's a lion there. And as I was talking about courage earlier, I always say that I think courage is a better name for the strength card than strength, because anybody can be strong if they need to be. But it really takes courage to work through the fear. And that's really what we're all here for, is to work through the fear of whatever comes up for you, right? Especially in this energy of being our unapologetic selves, a lot of it is the fear of what other people think, and the fear of looking silly or looking stupid or being judged, the fear of being exiled or snubbed, or what's the other word, shunned. And there's a lot of fear still in our world of being hurt and being unsafe. And there's a lot of people out there that fear for their lives every day, and yet they still get up and go and live their life. And it's more than strength. It's courage. Courage is more than strength. You are strong. Leo season is here also to remind us about how strong we are and how courageous we can be. Yeah. So, if you see too, she is connected to the magician. Her and this, our lovely femme woman here, lady, and the magician are the two figures that have the infinity symbol above their head to show that they are magical beings. And she's covered in, foliage and leaves, so she's very abundant. And she is, she knows the strength of the wild beast, and yet it doesn't deter her. Like, look how calm she is. And you know what? I almost wonder if she's one of the queens or an empress or something because she has the crown. I feel like I've seen her somewhere else in the deck. So, strength and courage to be yourself unapologetically. That's what we're doing this season. Cool. Let's get into your tarot scopes and see what Leo season has in store for you. All tarot scope readings apply to your sun, moon, and rising sign. So I always recommend that you cross-watch between your signs so that you can get a full picture of what you might be experiencing. And the intros to all the videos are the same, and I have the tarot scopes time-stamped in each description, so you can just skip that intro after you hear it the first time. Please join me on my Facebook and Instagram for the next live for the full moon in Aquarius, and that will be taking place the evening of Wednesday, July 21st. Hey Libra, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back. So good to see you. How was Cancer season for you? I hope it was good. I hope that it gave you all the good feels, because you deserve it, Libra. You need to feel all the good feels. And let's see if that carries into Leo season. It should. It should have instilled some more confidence in you, Libra. And Leo will help you maintain that confidence. Ooh. 10 of Swords. Now, this can be look scary. I agree. However, there's a sense of relief that I actually got when I pulled this. Because this means you're at the end of the struggle. And I think that's why we were loving on you so much last season. Because you need a lot of love, because you've been going through it. This is so much validation that you've just been going through it, and this is how it can feel. It can just feel like one stab after the other till you're just dead on the ground and there's nothing else you can do. But when this card comes up, which I haven't seen it come up a lot lately, it's promise. It's hope. It's faith renewed, because after, yes, it looks very dark in the front, in the foreground here, but in the back is a new day dawning. It's always darkest before the dawn. It feels like you're finally putting the shit behind you. And I know that the shit's been trying to come up for you guys for a while. Ooh. Right away. 6 of Cups. So this is so cool because hey, we went through some shit, validated, and it's hallelujah, it's on its way out the door. Like, you've taken enough. You've had enough handed to you. So we're done now. And now it's time for just like some straight up nurturing. Some straight up just like, again, I want to like love on you. I want somebody to love on you. And then also there's a need here for some deeper healing. When the Six of Cups comes up, there's definitely need for some inner child healing, which started coming up in Cancer season. And I have a feeling it's going to follow us into Leo season too, because, and I've actually, it's interesting, I just kind of seen some things online of other healers and stuff really starting to talk about inner child healing. And I've definitely done a lot of different inner child healing sessions with therapists and quantum healers and all kinds of stuff. And it's really powerful stuff. It really gives you a sense of safety, and then also a sense of and I heard enjoyment. I feel like it's more like allowing enjoyment, because when the things that have happened to us as children that become traumatizing, or the traumatizing things that happen to us as children carry through to our adult lives. And as an elder millennial, I know what it's like to be emotionally stunted. But we're trying out here. We're not doing that anymore, you know? So it is kind of time to take your healing in your own hands. Like, take on a little bit more responsibility for your healing also, which is kind of cool. 'Cause it should be about you. It should be about you. And there's, with the Six of Cups, there's like also a returning of innocence, because a lot of the time, trauma and pain steals our innocence, like even as adults, when we have a certain like view of the world. Okay, and then after this is the Ace of Cups and the Four of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So, I mean, the Ace of Cups is really just like filling your cup. And it's interesting that it comes after the Six of Cups, and that the Fours kind of come after. It feels like we're moving backwards a little bit, but at the same time we're moving forward. So what does that mean? What does that mean when we're like moving backwards and forwards at the same time? Are we carrying stuff from our past into our future? Again, with child healing, are we not... It's almost as if I got this wave of like ignoring. Like, you can't ignore that all this stuff has happened to you. You just can't. You can't ignore it. Ignoring it does not heal it. Ignoring it does not make it go away. These are all things that need to be sat with. And it's almost like that's what I'm feeling that from the Four of Swords in reverse too, is like this resistance. Where in the middle here, there is this need for filling your cup and being nurturing and taking care of yourself and figuring out how to be emotionally fulfilling for yourself, and emotionally healing. There's probably a need to connect with like a higher power of some sort, something greater than yourself. But it does feel like there's this resistance of sitting with the bad shit that's happened, sitting with the trauma. And that it makes sense, because it's not easy to look at our trauma. It's not easy to talk about it. It's not easy to feel like you're rehashing it. And you don't have to look at all of it also. We learned later on in life that there were certain horrible traumas that happened to my dad as a child that were so horrible that he couldn't look at it. That that some of it was so repressed in him that they could only go so far in therapy, because going further would have required him to bring up some traumatic things that he buried so deeply because they were so horrible. And so proceed with caution when it comes to looking at your trauma and healing it and that sort of thing, because there are certain things that are so devastating that we can't always look at them, or we can't look at them right now and it's not the time. But there are always certain things that we can look at. So start small. You don't have to look at all of it. It's almost like just start with like one thing. Just one thing that could possibly be holding you back, that was painful and traumatic and from your past. There's a lot of like past stuff coming up. We're really being asked to look, and even recent past. Have you done the things that we were supposed to do in Cancer season? That's been coming up a lot already for everybody. Is like, if you haven't been taking care of yourself the way you were supposed to in Cancer season, like, it's carrying over into Leo season, and this time it's like, it's coming with vengeance. Like, it's gonna make sure that you are doing what you need to do so that you can be a healed and soul-aligned person on this planet. Okay, let's get you an oracle card. There's just a lot of stuff going on. So take your time, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, okay? Prioritize yourself, seriously. What was the other thing I was going to say? Can't remember. Because I also have a traumatized brain. Sometimes it literally takes words away. Yeah, continue to be gentle on yourself. If you didn't watch Cancer season video, go back and watch that. Especially you, Libra, because you needed to hear what Cancer season was bringing you, for sure. And if you're curious, this is a general reading, so I can't go into too much detail, but if you are curious about, how you personally, this is being affected, and if you want to dig deeper into it, you can always book a one-on-one session with me, and we can connect and really connect with your guides and really bring some like laser focused advice and messages forward. And then when it comes to like inner child healing, I definitely I always recommend therapy. I've been in so much therapy, y'all. And it really, it only works if you want it to and if you work it, sort of thing. But it's one of those things that when you don't know what else to do, it's a great place to turn. And it's changed my life for the better and helped me. Okay, we got the Circle. I haven't seen this one come up in a while. The Circle in reverse. So we read the Medicine. The essence of the Circle: unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one. Dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever-changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically, I can hear it in my head, intrinsically connected. The medicine. When the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go. Interesting. The importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. If you are faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this. In the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again. Prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again. Oh, that's nice. So it's interesting because it talks about, connection with spirit and nature and the cosmos, and there was that piece in there that it might be time that you need to get connected with something that's outside yourself. And also recognizing that this door has to close. It's got to close. It's got to close so a new door can open, and letting it fall away and letting yourself be healed and there's a lot of energy right now of us looking at our shadows too, and there's so much of this connectiveness connectivity of light and shadow recently, and it's because we really have to look at our shadow in order to fully embody our lights. And you are a light, Libra, and you are a light that is needed in this world. So it might be time to look at a couple shadows so that it's time to level up to the next stage. We're all trying to Leo season's also trying to get us to level up, man. It's awesome. All right, well, let me know what resonated with you. Let me know if you have any questions. And let me know if you need anything from me, because I'm here. And I will see you for Virgo season, Libra. Bye.